Every artwork begins with a moment of silence. Silence that allows us to observe, truly observe, the smallest details around us. Today, I'm drawing something simple yet incredibly powerful. The human eye. An eye can reflect emotion, memory, pain, strength, and truth. So let's take our time and build it slowly, stroke by stroke. I begin with the foundation, light guidelines to mark the overall shape. A soft curve for the upper eyelid, gently arched, then a subtle line below to create the lower lid. At this stage, everything is loose and flexible, nothing is final. These early lines are like whispers, guiding where the final expression will live. I'm not aiming for perfection yet. Right now, the goal is balance and symmetry. Now, I place the center, an oval for the iris, slightly covered by the upper lid because natural eyes aren't perfect circles. Inside it, a smaller circle for the pupil. This is the heart of the drawing, where attention will lock in. Before shading, I leave space for highlights, light reflections that will bring life later. Without those highlights, the drawing would feel flat, empty, and dull. With a softer pencil, I begin shading the upper area of the iris. The top is always darker because shadows from the eyelid fall naturally. I move in circular motion, slowly layering tone, deepening the value. No rush, realism is about building patience into the paper. Each layer creates depth, and depth creates realism. Next, eyelashes. Each stroke must be confident, curved, and natural. Lashes grow in different lengths and directions, never in straight parallel lines. I flick the pencil upward quickly to get a tapering effect at the tip. Less is more. Too many will look artificial. Spacing and rhythm matter more than quantity. Now I start adding texture. Tiny radial strokes moving outward from the pupil, like sun rays or fiber strands. Eyes are never flat. They are complex patterns of light, shape, and reflection. I vary pressure. Darker strokes near the pupil, lighter toward the edge. This variation gives movement to the eye, making it look alive rather than printed. I move to the eyebrow, mapping hair growth direction first. Short strokes, following the natural flow. Some hairs overlap, some break away just like real brows. Then I add skin texture by building subtle tonal transitions. Not everything needs to be sharp. Softness creates realism too. It's time to develop the eyelids. The upper lid gets more shading to show thickness and form. I darken the crease above to build dimension. Then I soften the lower eyelid, creating smooth gradation instead of harsh edges. The skin around the eyes is delicate, so my pencil pressure stays gentle. Slow blending, gradually increasing contrast. Now I step back and evaluate proportions. This is where patience becomes essential. I deepen shadows under the eyelid, darken the pupil to pure black, reinforce highlights around the tear duct area, and soften transitions on the lower lid. Small adjustments make the difference between a drawing that looks drawn and one that feels alive. Final touches: adjusting highlights, sharpening edges where necessary, and adding micro details inside the iris. The more you refine, the more the drawing begins to stare back at you. One stroke can change the emotion completely, so every decision must be intentional. And now there it is. Not just an eye, but a window, a quiet voice, a story without sound. Thank you for spending this time with me, watching this drawing grow from nothing into expression. Art is never about how fast we finish, it's about how deeply we feel the process. Because art isn't only seen, art is felt.